It's alive. Been a couple months, but since this thing's been started, got a little fuel leak. See where that orange is? Yeah, try to fix it. It's still leaking somewhere. Fun. Okay. Here's an update on what I've done. Like I said, I ain't been home in about 2-3 weeks. And this new job I'm working is just so hot. Being up on them cranes and the ceilings, I ain't doing nothing. I come home, I go to bed. Anyway, the only thing I've done different is I took that water hose out and I put this 1 inch to 3/4 bushing, 90 it down. I went over to my little drain pipe over there. And the reason why I did that is when I was messing with it, I was running the water flow up and it was leaking right there with that water hose and duct tape. So that's what I had laying around put together. Now I can get more flow and it doesn't leak as much. You can see all the condensate. I turned it off a couple hours ago, but that's all the condensate. Just Louisiana weather, humidity. Still got the water hose with duct tape coming in. It works. It don't leak, so I ain't worried about it. Couple things I've noticed. Running it with more water flow really doesn't seem to be helping too much. It just seems to be wasting water. This thing will do pretty good about 1 gallon a minute. I think that's what I measured on it. I have to get a bucket and try it again. But I think 1 gallon a minute is what I run it at, and just the lowest speed on this battery charger right now. 6 volt, 40 amp. Yeah, it don't go that fast. Other thing I've noticed, it tends to get about 68 to 70 degrees coming out of it. Then I can get this about 10 degrees, maybe 5 degrees difference, as far as what's coming out of there versus what I can get to the shed. But also you got to remember, I don't have any insulation on the top half of the shed. I just got that to block the eaves. So it does pretty good considering, especially with the humidity and the heat we have here in Louisiana. What I want to do is put a T here and a T here and put coolant temperature sensors. I think I said coolant level last time. I meant to say coolant temperature sensors. That way I can measure the temperature difference from the inlet versus the outlet and just see how much heat's getting pulled into the water with this. Then I also want to put a temp sensor in and out to see the temperature drop, and also compare that amount to the water. Just kind of see how efficient this is. Basically, faster the water flow doesn't really help. I've turned the fan, up with faster speeds. Kind of give or take. The temperature coming out will actually rise up a little bit because it's pulling through faster, but it helps push the air across the building and help cool the building faster. So once I get the building cooled down, I'll back the the fan speed back down. Actually thinking about mounting it up in the ceiling right here and having it blow down, and I got an old satellite dish hanging in front of it and kind of let it diffuse the air 360 degrees. That's a later project. I've been messing with some batteries. This come out of a boat, and we pulled the things off and pulled the battery acid out, and it looks like lake water. So I don't know what they're doing on there, and that was an old one from work. The acid, both these batteries, the acid is diluted. I used a hydrometer on it. I haven't mounted my solar panels yet because I ain't really got the material to make a nice permanent mount for them. That's the only reason why I'm running the battery charger right now. I think it was Forever HDT that was asking about some specifications. The water well, which I'm still cleaning the shop up. The water well is 85 feet deep. And I think, as I mentioned, the water is right to where that coupling is on the top of that first pipe. That's about where the water level is. I glued this other pipe in there because when it rained real heavy, it started coming out into the shed. but it's done lower down a couple inches since then, so I got it turned off. What I want to do is drop a pipe and get a 12-volt pump. And we'll drop a pipe in there and get a pump, and probably some check valves and valves, and maybe start a natural siphon and just let it go outside, then pump it out. I don't know yet. I can drop about 10 foot of pipe and get a cheap 12-volt pump and run it off solar. I think that's probably what I'm gonna do. Also, let's see what else. Batteries. I don't have any batteries for when the sun is like getting covered by the clouds. The clouds definitely affect the solar panels, but I've been thinking I have a track loader with two, 8D, them big batteries. Thinking about parking it over here and just tapping into them batteries and charging those batteries and using those when the sun ain't out. Not sure. I'll give it some test runs and see what happens. I haven't hooked an amp meter up to this, see what it pulls. This little thing right here says 10 amps, but I don't really trust that little gauge on it. Other things I've been working on. I got my drill press from outside. Yeah, I know I neglected it, but didn't have a lot of room at first. We just moved out here from a place I had a lot more room. Got the bandsaw out, cleaned all the rust off of it, lubricated it, adjusted it. It's good. Just pulled this in. The motor was stuck with rust. So what I did is I sprayed penetrating spray down in it and kind of turned it on and tapped the shaft a couple times, and it started rotating. Then this was stuck. And what I did was let it spin, get some vibration, spray some lubrication up in there, and just kind of had a friend of mine pull on this while I was tapping it, and finally broke free and come out. And I'm working on this chainsaw down here. This one right here is just junk. It was basically a door stopper for the longest. That one is my buddy's dad's, so I'm not messing with that one. That one's my dad's. And it would run and die. And come to find out, the fuel lines are cracking and starting to suck air. So I'm gonna get some fuel lines, put it all back together. Yeah, I don't think there's very much more going on right now. I'm working on the track loader. Got it running. And just still cleaning and organizing. I got more stuff than I know what to do with. Oh, right here. This is a wireless remote control from a crane I worked on. They said it didn't work, which it didn't. Brought it home, took parts out of 2 remotes and fixed 2 remotes, and now it works. So if they let me keep it, which they probably will, I'm gonna put this on something. Not sure what it is, but if it comes down to it, I'll do a video on it. Fixed the air compressor. This little sight glass right there was leaking on me. I've had this compressor probably 7-8 years. So, what does any good redneck do? JB Weld. Got all the oil cleaned off of it. And seems to be doing good. Well, till next time, guys. See you later.